I think what's really happening big picture is we're making the turn back into a situation where inflation is not transitory. Inflation is now becoming embedded in the economy. And given the very high levels of debt, I think it's actually in the government's best interest to run inflation annually over the next decade. And it's sort of a little bit of a financial repression type model where you run inflation at a higher level and you make the debt a lot cheaper. I think they've tried to suppress interest rates, but I also believe we're going to see as inflation moves up, interest rates rising over time, and gold prices will be leading that pack. So I think you're about to start a secular move in gold that not only can go to 2,000 or 5,000, I think you will see 10,000, and I'll get crazy for a minute, 20,000 and 50,000 on gold over the next 10, 20 years. If somebody had told you when the Dow was at 778 back in August of 1982, I remember Bob Trechter made a big prediction that it would go to 2,600, and then it did. But if somebody had said that it would go to 20 or 30,000 over a number of years, it would have sounded nuts. But I think what's happening is financial assets, we're going to go through a period like 1966 to 1982, where the stock market average is just giant sideways. A lot of groups really struggle. Inflation continues to move up. So on a constant dollar basis, the stock market will actually be moving down. And so the returns in the stock market from a buy and hold perspective are going to be very, very poor. I think the constant dollar Dow, the constant dollar S&P, those are going to move a lot lower. And I think what you're going to see is energy, gold, resources break out and move a lot higher over that period, just like they did between the early 60s and the early 1980s. So you'll have an era that's really dominated by inflation. And usually it tends to come to a crescendo. So when you say something like $20,000 gold or $50,000 gold, that's really just a reflection of cumulative destruction, purchasing power over the dollar over a period of time.